It's not over until it's over. One of the greatest lessons out of the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Hi, my name is Pastor Gabriel Baba Gwanga Mujiri Yesu, aka Martin Semper. Did you watch the World Cup? I did. I got a chance to watch it on TV, on phone, and I cannot tell you what an exciting World Cup it was watching Argentina play with France. And there's so many lessons to learn out of this World Cup. But one of the key things that stood out for me is the fact that Qatar, a small country of 3 million people, organized the most successful World Cup ever. I mean, hands down, that's going to be the best World Cup ever. And the final match of Argentina versus France, man, brought the house down. So, number one is big size doesn't mean quality. Qatar demonstrated that, yes, they have oil money, but just a few millions of people, I think almost, not even 2 million people, they were able to put together such a wonderful World Cup. So, good planning backed with financial resources. I think Qatar as a country has dedicated in their Vision 2030 $300 billion. And of this, they put $6.5 billion towards the World Cup. And what they did was amazing. And I want to congratulate them for doing such a great job. But the second thing that I'm also interested in is the fact that for long, the homosexual LGBT wanted to hijack the beautiful game and turn it into an LGBT nation promotion campaign. And I want to say, I was watching how Qatar put up such a strong stand. I mean, all the LGBT countries, Europe, America, Canada, and their football teams, they got together to vilify, to attack Qatar. And Qatar says, look, we welcome everybody, but respect our culture. And what did LGBTNation says? No, for us, your culture is not enough for us. And of course, they elevate their argument, human rights and this and that. But I just want to thank God for how the Qataris put up a strong stand. They said, no, we're not going to change. In fact, don't even put the rainbow flags in our football stadium. Don't bring that LGBT agenda in our beautiful game. And even the effort to try and bring in the band of One Love, which is not even One Love, that's Bob Marley, and trying to hijack another of our beautiful phrases. They say, no, don't bring that. So I really want to say the second lesson I see from World Cup is the fact that they kept the World Cup about football, not about ideological contest of sodomy, is sodomy okay, not okay. The third thing that I see about this beautiful game is the fact that in terms of, it happened in December. Okay, it happened in December. Usually World Cup happens in June, July. And I gotta say, it was so great. It was just about Christmas time and everything worked out well. It was like God was giving favor to the Qataris. The Christmas season, the victory of the beautiful game, I thought was great. The fourth lessons that we learned about that is, unfortunately or fortunately, the end of the game was there was no African country. I mean, Tunisia was, Morocco, it's not, Morocco almost made it. It went into semifinals for the first time. And I'm glad about that. But Morocco was having, are we Arabs? Are we Africans? And there was a bit of a struggle. And you know what, for me, even in the very last game, I was okay. If France won, I was okay. If Argentina won, I was still okay. You know what? I support South America because they're near Brazil, they're the merchants of the beautiful game. But also France. Look at France. France was almost like 90% Africans. It's black. You look at the names. All these guys were Africans, and it leaves the last lessons, and I laugh about this. The fact that even now in Europe, the Africans are the ones playing in Europe. It's a sign. And to me, people are like, oh, Africans are corrupt. Sujui Mbappe was not able to play in Cameroon. And well, you know what? Because of corruption, the father was asked money. To me, I didn't actually think that was the number one issue. The more issue is so exciting. The exciting thing is that the demographic future of the world is African. Why? The African still holds to traditional religion just like the Arabs. And number two, they have a culture of family and having children. And if you look at where we are demographically, the Europe, America is declining. It's declining because of feminism. It's declining because they are no longer giving themselves to traditional religious affiliation. And the loss of that is meaning that they're no longer having children. And Africans, we still are religious. We still are having children. And when you see us play in the football team in France, it's a sign of the future. Where if the Europeans no longer have children, but they need people to keep things going, guess where they're going to look for people? They're going to look to Africa. And so what we're seeing starting off in the people going out to work in the Arab worlds, the football team in France, it's a sign of the future, and I'm excited about it. In 1900, demographically, there were 3 white men or white Europeans to 1 African. And in just a few years from now, 2050, it's going to be 3 black men to 1 European. And the facts are largely because we still are worshiping of our God, Jehovah. And number 2, we love family and we bear children. And listen, you don't need a prophet. The future is demographic. The future is African. So those are some of the lessons that we learned out of the football match. Number 1, it's not over until it's over. Number 2, do not let this loudmouth LGBT nation try to push you around. Okay? Stand your ground and protect the beautiful game. Number 3, we learned lessons. Look, good planning and backed with good money is able to produce a beautiful game, and God blessed it. Then the last part that I've just shared about that is the future is African. And this is seen in so many places in the declining demographics of the Europeans and Americans and the rise of the African. God bless you so much.